You're planning a road trip. You pull up Google Maps, zoom in, see every twist and turn. Easy, right? Now imagine none of that exists. No maps at all. Not on your phone, not on paper, not even crude sketches of the world. Getting from one city to another? Good luck. Crossing an ocean? Practically suicide. That's the wild what if we're tackling today. What if maps were invented 200 years later? What if advanced cartography, the kind that made global exploration possible, didn't emerge until centuries after it did in our timeline? Travel would be impossible, or at least unrecognizable. Empires would crumble before they began. Discoveries delayed forever. Buckle up. This alternate history is going to rewrite everything you know about our world. First, let's ground ourselves in real history. Maps aren't some modern invention. The earliest known maps date back thousands of years. Think Babylonian clay tablets from around 600 BC, showing the world as a flat disk surrounded by water. Ancient Greeks like Anaximander in the 6th century BC created some of the first world maps. And by the 2nd century AD, Ptolemy revolutionized cartography with his Geographia, a guide using latitude and longitude to plot the known world accurately. Fast forward to the Middle Ages. Portolan charts in the 13th, 14th centuries helped Mediterranean sailors with detailed coastlines and compass directions. Then, boom, the Renaissance! Ptolemy's work is rediscovered and translated around 1400. Printed maps explode thanks to Gutenberg's press in the 1450s. And by 1569, Gerardus Mercator invents his famous projection, perfect for navigation, because straight lines equal constant compass bearings. These advancements fueled the age of exploration. Portuguese sailors like Henry the Navigator in the early 1400s hug Africa's coast with better charts. Columbus sails west in 1492 using updated maps. Magellan circumnavigates the globe by 1522. Maps weren't just paper. They were power. They enabled trade routes, colonies, and the modern world map we take for granted. But what if all that was delayed? What if maps invented later, 200 years later, left humanity navigating in the dark? Our point of divergence hits in the early 15th century. In our timeline, Byzantine scholars fleeing the fall of Constantinople in 1453 bring ancient Greek texts to Italy, sparking the Renaissance and flooding Europe with Ptolemy's ideas. Printed maps spread like wildfire. In this alternate history, let's say that's butterflied away. Maybe Constantinople holds longer, or those texts are lost in a fire, or religious dogma suppresses pagan geometry longer. Whatever the reason, advanced cartography stalls. No widespread Ptolemaic revival. No Mercator-style projections until the 1700s. Local sketches and basic itineraries exist, but nothing like accurate, scalable world maps for ocean navigation. Delayed cartography means no reliable way to plot long voyages. Immediate chaos ensues. The age of exploration? It never happens on schedule. Portugal's push down Africa slows to a crawl. Sailors stick to sight of land, coastal hugging only, because without good maps, open ocean dead reckoning is too risky. You drift off course, you're lost forever. Christopher Columbus, his 1492 voyage doesn't happen. His pitches to kings rely on underestimated Earth size from outdated calculations. Without updated Ptolemaic maps, no one's buying it. The Americas remain undiscovered by Europeans for centuries. Native civilizations like the Aztecs and Incas grow stronger, unchallenged. No smallpox devastation early on. Maybe they develop their own seafaring tech. Europe turns inward. Trade with Asia stays overland via the Silk Road. Expensive, controlled by Ottomans, who dominate without competition. The Ottoman Empire thrives longer, perhaps expanding into a true global power. Spice trade remains a monopoly. No flood of New World gold and silver into Europe means delayed capitalism, slower scientific progress. Imagine the frustration. Kings fund expeditions. Ships vanish into the Atlantic fog. Here be dragons isn't a joke. It's reality. Travel impossible across oceans. Land travel? Still doable with oral directions, milestones, and Roman-style road networks, but global connectivity stalled. But humanity adapts, right? What alternatives emerge when maps are invented later? Humans are ingenious. Without reliable maps, navigation evolves differently. In our history, even before perfect charts, people used celestial navigation. Stars, sun positions with astrolabes. Polynesians crossed the Pacific vastness, using wave patterns, bird migrations, and star paths. No maps needed. Vikings reached America around 1000 AD with sunstones and sagas. Pilot books boom. Detailed written directions. Like, sail 3 days north. Look for the red cliffs. Turn west at the Bird Island. Oral traditions from indigenous guides become priceless. Exploration shifts to chains of known waypoints. Island hopping only. But risks skyrocket. Storms, currents, miscalculations. Shipwreck rates soar. Long-distance travel impossible for most. Trade caravans dominate over sea routes. Overland empires like Russia or Mughals in India grow massive. Africa stays more isolated from European influence. Branching scenarios get wild. Maybe China, under Ming or later dynasties, dominates oceans with their treasure fleets. They had compasses early. Shenghi's voyages in the 1400s continue, mapping Asia's rims themselves. Or Islamic scholars preserve and advance astronomy, leading to an Arab-led exploration era. What about the Americas? Isolated longer? Perhaps Aztec or Inca fleets reach Europe first, or internal collapses happen without external pressure. When Europeans finally stumble there in the 1700s, maybe via better clocks, not maps, it's a steam-powered rush? By then, Enlightenment science might yield hot air balloons for scouting, or early telegraphs for coordination. Imagine the cultural shock. A world of hyper-local knowledge, stories over sketches. Navigation without maps becomes an art form. Master navigators like Polynesian wayfinders are revered across Europe, but inequality deepens. Only elites with expert pilots travel far. The average person, stuck in their village forever. Cliffhanger question, when maps finally arrive in the 1700s or 1800s. Does the world explode in discovery? Or has the delay changed everything irreversibly? Fast forward, maps invented later. Say, a genius in the 1700s combines Enlightenment math with printing tech for accurate projections. Sudden boom, but the world is unrecognizable. No early colonial empires mean no British dominance. No Spanish silver fueling wars. Industrial revolution delayed or shifted. Less global resources early on. Maybe it sparks in Asia instead. Population growth slower without new world crops. Like potatoes saving Europe from famines. Modern borders, totally different. Stronger Native American nations negotiate as equals. Africa less carved up, slavery trade altered or reduced. World wars butterflied away, or fought over different issues. This what-if map scenario reveals how one tool, cartography, accelerated globalization. Delayed 200 years, travel impossible on a grand scale, means a fragmented, slower evolving world. More cultural diversity preserved, or more conflicts from isolation. Think about it. Today, we navigate effortlessly, but strip away maps, and we're back to stars and stories. Maps didn't just show the world. They connected it, conquered it, shaped it. What a fragile thread history hangs on. If this blew your mind, comment your own twist. Would we invent drones for scouting instead? Subscribe for more alternate history. Deep dives. Next, what if the magnetic compass was delayed? You won't want to miss how that rewires exploration. Thanks for watching. See you in the next timeline.